Let's talk about simps. Let's talk about simps.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about simps, baby.
Let's talk about you, not me.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Start flowing into the chat. Where y'all at? Where's the chat at?
Where are you?
Where y'all at?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you? I do not see you in the chat. Let me switch the picture. There we go. Okay. We are going to talk about simps. Okay. And I have a woman here because yeah, a lot of you guys, I think you need a woman's opinion here on simps and simping and what women think of simps. Okay, so first of all, let me look up what the Urban Dictionary has to say about simps. Simps, Urban Dictionary. Not Sims, simps. Okay, simp.
Somebody says simping ain't.
No, it's not. Someone who does way too much for a chick that they like. See, many of you guys are simps, and you are simps because you're scared. You're afraid. You are afraid that you'll never be able to get a woman in your life. Or if you happen to land a woman, you're afraid that you won't be able to keep her. And then you'll never be able to get another woman again. So what do? You simp. You do whatever the hell she tells you to do. You buy her everything that she wants. You pay her any way you can for her attention, her time, and her sex. She'll even give it to you. Some of you are just the most thirsty simps. The worst case is the simp that, you know, they tell you crime don't pay, the simp that don't pay. The simping that don't pay. It's like you're giving your money, your time, all this shit, and you never get none anyway. The girl has never kissed you. The most she's maybe done is patted you on the forehead or something. So I told y'all, yeah, and that's a joke right there, because I ain't no simp.
You don't need to be.
Guys, okay. Oh yeah. To the moon, Dogecoin millionaire loading. So, first question I'm going to pose to her, okay? I can tell you this, but I want a woman to answer, okay?
Okay.
Do most women like simps?
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no.
Do you like simps?
No.
Why?
Let me put it to you like this. I can appreciate the effort of a man. But when you mix that with desperation, it becomes extremely simpish.
Yes.
And that is a huge turnoff. A huge turnoff. You make your effort, give us the opportunity to make a decision whether we want to deal with it or not. You can, and of course, your efforts is up to you. You don't go out and put your app, like, you don't go out and simp and buy a chick that's not your girl a Ferrari in hopes that she goes out with you on a date. Because she's going to drive off in that Ferrari and leave you behind. And a lot of women take advantage of guys who do too much in the very beginning to get our attention. I wouldn't say it's a hard to get type of thing, but when a guy puts effort in, I don't want an easy situation. I want us to both work our way into dating and liking each other, and I don't want to see all your cards right now. I don't want you to give me everything you have, because what else do I have to what do I have to look forward to? If you give me everything now just to get my attention, there's nothing left for me to want. So there. I hope that answers your question.
Well, okay, that was a very long female
Sorry,
answer.
I was going off,
I'm
but
gonna have to dissect that later when I get a chance. What I heard was most women don't like simps, and neither does she. That's the main part that
yeah,
I heard. Um, Desperation is a cheap, stanky cologne.
yeah,
Desperation does not smell good.
it stinks.
Okay. Now, listen. There are proud simps out there that enjoy simping. For those of you that don't want to be simps, this video is really not for you.
Right.
Some guys enjoy kissing a woman's ass, her feet, worshiping her, all that stuff, and you'll find the dominatrix woman with all that strong ass energy, dominant energy that you need. For those fellas, enjoy it. But for the fellas that don't want to be simps,
Yeah.
you need to listen to this pimp. I ain't no pimp though.
He's not a simp or a pimp.
Listen, simping shows weakness.
Yeah. Especially when it's desperation behind it.
The majority of women do not like a weak man. Okay? The majority of women do not like a desperate man. Okay? It's just women
It's
like,
not attractive.
yes, they like a strong alpha man.
Alpha.
They do.
Yes.
Most women like men that are leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Women don't mind being led. Okay?
Right.
Okay? Now, if you guys want to be a Chad, okay, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get your confidence up. Okay? You don't want to be a simp. You want to be a Chad, correct? You want to be able to get women easily and keep them. Some of y'all just like, good Lord, I just want to get one. Please, Lord. I understand. I've been there. What were you about to say?
Do you have any suggestions for guys out there who feel like they don't have that? They don't know how to get that. They don't know how to go from simp to Chad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, they don't know how to go from simp to pimp. I know.
Yeah,
I get it. I've talked to you guys about this before. Okay? First of all, oh yeah. The first time, and I was still a simp in certain situations, but one of the first things that I did um, to attract women, I actually did it because I wanted to run track in college. But once I realized what it was doing, I worked out. Okay? Working out keeps you healthy, keeps you strong, keeps you looking strong, and it builds confidence. Okay? For a lot of you, you could go work out in the gym and you have these opportunities, especially with CrossFit gyms and stuff like that really act like a community, or
Mm-hmm.
powerlifting gyms or strength training gyms, and it's like a group of people that compete and socialize and all that stuff. All of a sudden, you're gonna get to talk to these women. Now, if I were shy, really shy, like I was years ago, I would join a CrossFit gym personally. 'Cause they're like a community. They're damn religion. Okay, there's plenty of chicks. Okay, hot chicks, all right, or just chicks, period, because you want to talk to chicks. You need the practice to talk to chicks, okay? You want, for a man to become a Chad, he needs to become a master of himself.
Yeah.
Chads are usually very good looking and confident, and they can carry a conversation with a woman. Those are like really the three things that, you need, because there's plenty of broke dudes that get a lot of women. A lot of times people say, "Oh, well, just buy them, just get the money." Just look, there are tons. If you're just looking to land a woman, just to get a kiss, if you are really good looking, you can get that. The nerdiest, great looking guy can still get a chick. He can get a desperate simp of a chick because she's just desperate to get a man. I'm telling you, I've seen it before. Like this one guy I used to work with, one of my friends was telling me later that he knew him, and he was just like, "Yo, man," like we'd go out with him, and like, the girls would just come over, talking to him and everything. But once they would talk to him, they would leave. If we just told him, "Yo, bro, shut the fuck up. Just stand there and look pretty. Because you chase the girls off every time you open your mouth." So he could get them over. And at the time, he actually had a girlfriend, and
Yeah.
but he tried to kill himself over her. It was some ridiculous stuff. So here's this guy who looks like a model, built like a model. He could bring them over. He actually had a girlfriend, and she left him off, so he was able to get kisses and sex and all that stuff.
Kisses and sex.
but I'm speaking to different levels of simps here because some of
and there are different levels of them.
Yeah, because the super desperate ones, and there's just some that's just some dudes will kind of play it cool. They'll be like, "Look, this is simping too." Some simps will play it real cool. "Yo, how you doing today?" "Good, yo, you are beautiful. Listen, fuck what them other niggas is talking about. I got you. Drinks on me tonight. Tomorrow, I'll pick you up, take you shopping, food, drinks, all that. I got
Coming
you."
off kind of strong.
Hey, well, it is what it is. I take care of my women. A lot of dudes will play it cool and tough like that, and like they got all this money to spend on you, and some of them do. He's trying to buy her because he doesn't think there's anything else that he can do to keep her. A lot of times, the dudes that talk like that, they're not too good looking, or they're out of shape, but sometimes they got money.
And they think that that's what a woman would gravitate to.
Yeah. Different guys use different tools to try to pull women, but they're simping at different levels, my friends. Okay? You want to be a Chad? Get yourself in shape. Get yourself healthy. Okay? Get yourself in shape. Get yourself at a healthy weight. One thing that's great is learning how to communicate. Women, more than anything, I think it's hand in hand with eating, love to talk.
Yeah.
They love to talk.
It's important that you know how to hold a conversation, because sometimes that's enough for a woman to get, the attention that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And at that point, then you have the opportunity to open yourself up even more to show her a little bit more of yourself.
And one thing that you have to learn to do is stimulate the woman's mind. If you can stimulate the mind, trust me,
everything else follows.
You can get more from her than just a pretty face can get.
And that's the key thing. You want to be able to not mentally manipulate her. That's not what we're saying here, but you want her to engage in conversation with you. You want her to wonder, well, what else does he have to offer? What else is he about? You want her to want to know more about you.
Yeah.
not just what's in your pockets and what you can do for her, because there's a lot of women out there who will take advantage of that.
Oh yeah.
Sure, they'll take it.
Oh yeah.
They'll take everything that you got to offer except who you are.
Yeah. There's a lot of simps that are like that. That dish out the money. They made their high, paid men, but they're simps. There's
Right.
celebrities that are simps. They're always getting taken advantage of for their money because there's a lot of women predators out there that understand what you are.
Oh yeah,
And
they know it.
how
They
to
know
hunt
it.
you, and they know
Mm-hmm.
how to keep you until they're finished with you.
Right, and then it's on to the next thing.
Yep. And the simp, he'll get sex and all that, but he never feels fulfilled
Right.
because he knows there's this empty shell of a relationship that he has
There's
that
no
he
substance
knows,
there. There's no
yeah,
substance.
yeah,
There's
doesn't
nothing
have
else.
anything.
No.
I'm not. Listen, if you can work on becoming the best you, mentally, physically, even spiritually, for a lot of you out there that are on that type of journey,
Mm-hmm.
financially, career wise, all that stuff. If you can do that, all small successes bring big success, and
Mm-hmm.
they breed confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence comes from success. If you always lose at everything that you do, you become Al Bundy. He's a
Right.
fictional character, but he is a representation of, as a comedic representation of a lot of men that exist out there.
Yeah.
And actually, Al's not even a simp. He's totally defeated with life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But and he's a tough guy. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? He's a
Uh-huh.
man's man, but he's done because he's failed. He's a loser. I read that one episode where he's like, yes, I can finally say how Bundy is a winner. And then the cops kicked in his door, arrested it. Yeah, it's just like, yo, man, Al can't never win.
No.
So a lot of you, it's what's weird is I get guys on here that they're that woman hater. They're that
Mm-hmm.
woman hating dude, and they're always like, yeah, women do this and women do that. Listen,
Yeah, at that
you're
point it'd be like, who did you dirty? Who took
exactly
advantage of you?
who hurt your feelings, who
Who hurt
hurt
your
you.
feelings?
Because guess what? You're nothing but the flip side of the coin of the man hating woman. So what? You're just going to have a pity party, an anger party, and rant and rave about what women did to you and how women hurt you. And you're going to hate all women and think they're all the same.
Right.
They're not all the same.
They're not.
Not all men are all the same. There's plenty of you out there that are simps. And I've heard simps say stuff like that, man, I can't even get a girl to save my life. Meanwhile, they're giving every dog out there a chance. Listen, you guys even know that not all men are dogs, because you're not, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of good guys. I would say 99% of simps are good guys.
Yeah.
They're just they're soft, they're insecure, they're lacking confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I became the most confident, even though I wasn't even in the best shape, I was at that time able to still pull great looking women, sexy women that have things going. As a matter of fact, I was even in a situation where I pulled a chick, yeah, and I don't like that. Like I'm not like because growing up I would run into guys that had a more successful woman and they were a bum.
Okay.
At the time, I was not, you know, my career wasn't flourishing. This wasn't YouTube days. This was days of car sales. I was struggling. And this chick, she was driving her Benz and this and that and running the office. And that kind of bothered me.
Did it intimidate you, or did it bother
Didn't
you because you felt
intimidate
like
me.
you weren't man enough?
Yeah, I wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Okay, so she
I
challenged
don't, I don't like. I don't mind running with you, but if you're blowing me out, yeah. And at that time, I had just got a place with my brother.
Yeah.
after being homeless for months. And she didn't care though. She didn't care, but it just bothered me.
As a
Most
man.
men want to be a breadwinner and at least running neck and neck with your chick. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And that's what I mean
So
when I say he's a man. Like he wants to play the role that women see as a man, a provider, a supporter, head of household. Somebody who is supposed to be the head.
he said,
You
"Stay at
know.
home, got you looking after the kids." Yeah. So
Yeah.
and at that time, I remember my friend was like, "Yeah, my boy thought he saw you at the club with me the other night. He was like, yo, I thought it was you, but it was your boy. I remember seeing you. Yo, he had the baddest joint in the club that night." Man, and I was at that time, it was kind of funny because at the time I was confident, but I guess I did have that insecurity once I found out what she did. However, I was still confident until I found out what it was. But anyway, yeah, she was bad. You know what I mean? And that didn't last long. It was just a little, fling. She actually had been very interested in cheating on her man because her man cheated on her. So she saw me in
So
the
she was on a
club,
mission.
gave me the googly eyes. We danced. I got her number, and the next week, she came over to
Cheat on her man.
partake in
No,
the
right?
chosen one. So anyway, there's a lot of guys that think they just deserve a girl without putting in any work. You know what I mean? They like if you watch Kevin Samuels, he'll say to women, "Well, like, what do you bring to the table?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I see so many times, when I've had women in the past on the show, and even with you, oh, I wish I had a girl like her. She's so beautiful. I just smell your toe fungus.
Hell!
Here's my point, fellas. If you're a neckbeard without much going for yourself, then a high score on Fortnite or a high kill rate, you're not bringing in any money, you're not keeping yourself in shape, your hygiene's in the toilet, your haircut sucks, your fashion sense sucks.
Damn.
You see where I'm going? There's guys like that though. Go to Comic Con.
Yeah.
Okay, go to Comic Con.
I've been there.
And it's like it's funny because you see the whole spectrum of nerd and geekdom there. You see the godmen of geeks, which are the guys they're either intellectual, the intellectual, they're dressed well, or it's the guys, like they're fit and they're smart, or they're at least they're dressed appropriately and they're witty. Like there's different guys that can get women.
Yeah.
There's built guys, there's the intellectual, there's the witty funny, like there's several ones, but then you see the ones and it's like, damn. like there's flies around them as they're walking. You know what I'm saying? You guys know who you are, and you guys know who these dudes are. But the problem with them is they'll complain about not being able to get a woman.
Yeah.
What do you bring to the table to say that you should be able to date a chick as hot as, I don't know, Jessica Alba or Black Widow or all these girls that you guys swoon over that you think are so hot? Look at the men that they date. Do you compare in any way? Like, at least do the minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least do the minimum, guys. Like, I don't understand why y'all don't do that. Take yourself to the top level. Then, if you're like, wow, I can carry a great conversation. I'm smart. I'm financially stable. I dress well. I'm well groomed. I'm in good shape. All this stuff. I'm funny. If you've got all that going for you and you still can't get a woman, okay. But I don't think there's any
Yeah.
man on the planet that's like that can't pull a woman.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
And some guys, I feel like they may get intimidated and feel like, oh my God, I will never be like that. I will never be like that. I will never be like that. But I feel like those of you out there who are like that, take it as a lesson. Watch these guys, see what they do. Don't do the bad things. But if they are doing something that you're not doing,
dude
just
said
like
I got 0 women.
just like a lot of us women look at other beautiful women and we admire them for many different reasons, whether it's business, whether it's looks,
Got people saying they're gonna simp for you.
whether it's them working out or going to the gym or their great diet. Like, it's okay to sit here and look as a guy to another guy and pick up a few things, like say, okay, you know what, I can do something like that, maybe I should go to the gym. Or if you are in the gym, ask the guy, hey, how did you get yourself like this, what kind of diet do you have,
Thank you,
like
Crossbones.
there are so many ways that you can upgrade your life. Don't just sit back and feel defeated and stay in that space. Pick up a few things. Study these guys that are out here that may have things that you lack in.
Simping is easy. Pimping ain't easy. Okay, if you want to be that man, the dude, that ladies' man, it's not easy. Ladies' men usually focus on at least 2 things. One is usually conversation, okay, because you can't get a woman without at least speaking to her, okay, and the other is usually um, their looks in some form or fashion, whether it's working out, whether it's their clothing, it's something. If you don't look, you got to look the part, and then you got to talk the part.
Mm-hmm.
At least talk the talk. Even if you
Yeah.
don't walk the walk, great conversation will
Yeah.
keep a lot of women for a long time. You can even fake your way through a lot of things through being able to sell people that dream on actually who you think you are or who you want to be or
Right.
they want you to be.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Very true.
Tyrone, let me see here. To be a pimp, you gotta beat the pimp within you. So what? She's not Russian. You kind of got that look though to you right there. I'm looking at it. The Russian bride pulled the hair pulled back look. Can you
Yeah.
do a Russian accent?
No, I can't. I'm definitely not Russian. I'm Puerto Rican.
Call me comrade. So hello, comrade. Com, comrade Magnus.
I can't.
Comrade Magnus.
Hello, comrade.
Ooh.
Oh, did you like that?
Be my little Russian mail order bride. Like, and speaking of that, thank you very much, sir. Speaking of that, a lot of simps are the ones who get the mail order brides.
Ah, interesting.
They pay for a wife. They pay for somebody to come over and, do all the.
Oh, thank you so much, D
Thank
Man
you,
Boy.
man, boy. um, and I've seen. You ever see that one dude? There was that one show where the dude was he was I think he was kind of thick around the neck, you know what I mean? And he paid for that one chick from some other country. That sound familiar to you? She had her lips done, maybe her boobs done. He kind of like
Oh wait, I
promised.
think I know
She had
what you're
dark
talking.
hair. He kind of
Yeah.
like promised all this stuff to her, and he was a guy that was making good money. He like I think he ran a weed business. I think he had like a cannabis business,
I don't
and
know.
she wanted this big house and all this other stuff. His predicament was 100% his fault because he sold her a dream. He was a good talker, and he made money. You know what I'm saying? Like, You got to focus on one of those three.
Yeah.
You know, the way you look, the way you talk, and finance. You know, one of those three, mastering one of those three can get you a woman. Mastering money gets women. Mastering conversation also gets women.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to work because if you don't look good and you ain't got no money, if you still have a great conversation, you can wear a woman down and get
Well,
her to go
yeah,
out with you.
because what's going to happen is we hear you talking, but we're wondering, well, why is he dressed like that? What does he do for a living? Why isn't he carrying himself like that?
Mm-hmm.
What does he look like at home? What is he doing? Like, we're thinking about all these other things while you're talking, because if the only thing you have to present when you're at the table is a conversation, but everything else kind of looks like, okay, is he just...
But all he has to do, and a lot of them lie, but all you got to do is make it sound like you're going to be that dude later.
Right.
Well,
at least
I'm in school.
At least tell me that what you got going on behind the scenes that I can't see right now, because the way you're dressing is kind of it's making me wonder.
Pen pal. Yeah.
So you've got to talk confident, even if you have to act like you're confident in your conversation and you're not that confident. That's still a good... I wouldn't say it's a cover up, but it's a good way for you to still have that woman engaged in the conversation. Because I'm one of those women, like, one of the things that really attract a man, it makes a man attracted to me, is him being able to hold a conversation, an intellectual conversation.
So all y'all that have been wanting to steal her from me, approach her on the street, talk to her, put that good conversation. It might work.
It's still not gonna work.
It might work.
You're stuck with me.
Now listen, you may not have the dark Mjolnir, okay? All right.
That is another live stream.
You may not have the stroke of Stormbreaker, okay?
Lord Jesus, what can of worms did I just open up?
So yeah,
it's important.
So good conversation can get a woman.
Yes.
Even if you not that attractive and you're broke, but being extremely attractive or extremely well dressed, is of all appearance.
Of course.
All appearance, with mediocre conversation, mediocre money, that can also get a woman.
Oh yeah.
They're like, damn, he looks good.
He's like, yo, damn, he's dressed real nice. He smells good. He's kind of talking. Let me see what else he got to talk about.
He seems nice. He's not really getting me that much, but he seems nice.
That may make me want to know a little more about you. Mm-hmm. And to get more conversation out of you, to see where your head is at. Mm-hmm. That's where a woman is still engaged in a conversation. So all of those things do play a factor, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
okay. All right. I know what that was. But so for any of you simps have any questions out there that we can answer to help you before we close out this session? We'd like to chat with y'all a little bit longer so we can help you.
Yeah. Like, do you guys think that, and I don't even want to say, I don't even want to call you guys simps, but you guys out there that feel like you're struggling to get a woman, do you feel that these are qualities that you have that you just can't bring out, or you just don't know if you have, or if you guys don't know, do you guys even know that you have these qualities?
What did I master to get Black Widow? My conversation got her.
Yeah.
She already liked the way I looked, which initially pulled her anyway, but she liked my conversation.
He was dressed well. He looked very put together, and he was able to hold the conversation.
Does being into femdom count? No. Let's see here. Okay, so he wants to know how you can be confident with having a conversation with a girl. What's the trick to it? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a good answer. Why don't you practice with your female friends? Okay. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. You're going to have small successes in order to become extremely confident. Mm-hmm. So start talking to women at parties. Don't worry about pulling them. Just start talking to women at parties. gatherings, maybe on the street, maybe in school, maybe in your workplace, to finally understand how they tick. Once you learn how they tick, you'll be able to eventually put it together. You trust me, it will begin to flow properly, and you will be able to talk to any woman without a problem.
Yeah, and if you're not completely sure of yourself, those are things that will help build. Those are things that will help build confidence in yourself. So if you get to a point where you're 100% confident, and for whatever reason you get turned down, it doesn't faze you because you are still confident that you can go out there and still do this again. You know, you don't stop at just one girl. I mean, I'm not
just be yourself doesn't always work.
Well,
No,
you
I'm going to explain that.
But you do have to, if you're coming out of this simpish shell, you're going to have to be a little extra.
Listen.
But not desperate.
Listen, being yourself is something people like to say, and I think it sounds good, and yes, it's genuine. But being yourself, there's levels to being yourself. Okay. All right. You can't look. Hey, this is me. What's happening? But I can't just come up to a chick and do that.
And he didn't do that when he met me.
Okay, that's
I found that out later.
You know, some people are really loose cannons from the gate, off rip.
And that could be a little off-putting. Like,
and you might come off real crazy. And you trust me, you can land a chick like that, but it's going to take a lot longer. Trust me. Let's see. I should do an experiment in New York. See who I could pick up. Come on. What is happening? Woo! My name is Tyrone Magnus. I run a YouTube channel. I think you are sexy from head to toe. Can I have your number, and me and you can go to lunch or maybe take something to go. Let me go to my house and kiss a little bit on my new chick. That's you. I'm rhyming. We're good timing. Hey, hey, hey. Woo! I can't do that.
You might get some chicks like, sir, the clinic is down the street. You might,
But I can do that with her now. Now. I do crazy shit during the day with her. Yeah. And she laughs and giggles and just, you are so silly. She likes to put her fingers in my dimples. She got them too, laughing. She's like, you are so silly. She's like, yeah, but just imagine if I hadn't seen her in like 15 years or 10 years or whatever it was at that point.
Yeah. I would have probably been like, yo, he is not who I thought he was.
Yeah, that's an aspect of my personality.
Because I honestly didn't know that he was like this when I saw him again 3 years ago.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He was very calm. He was cool. He was smooth. We sat down. We chatted. We were watching. Like, that was the first time I think that we had our laughing moment was when we were watching Martin clips. So we knew, we were like, okay, we're both into Martin like this. We got goofy sides. But it wasn't crazy. Like, he was not.
Kevin Hart, talking about Kevin Hart. She loved Kevin Hart. I'm like, okay, I like Kevin Hart too.
So right there, I knew that he could hold a conversation, that he has humor, that, you know, we're into the same thing, so we can have fun. Those things made me want to know more about him. He kept me engaged and interested.
All right. So what other? Now, see, listen. Hold on one second.
Oh, I thought you were doing the same thing.
Nah. That's why I started to read that. Get it? And he was like, wait. You don't get it. You don't get it. I'll have to remind you. So anyway, all right. Who else has a simping ass question, or a question to help keep you from being a simp that we can help?
We are here for you, all of you.
Who's the biggest pimp? He's looking here. I wasn't looking at her here. How not to be awkward? You're gonna have to get used to talking to people
and be comfortable with it.
It's
Get to a
listen.
place where you are comfortable
Hey guys, I
talking.
gotta be honest. You know what helped me a lot? Having a job where I had to talk with people. I was in
Yeah.
sales. Sales helped me tremendously with just talking to women.
Put
It
yourself in
really did.
positions where you have to speak.
And with sales jobs, you can make a lot of money. This guy's selling cell phones that make six figures. Okay. There's a lot of, so there's the money part. And then you get practice talking to people. You see that? Sometimes a lot of guys they just take career paths that give them the skills that allow them to talk to women. You know? Mm.
Hmm.
So what we can't be loving to our girls because we look too whipped or attacked. No, you could be,
You
no, no,
already
no.
have the girl, so it's not even you be as loving as you want to be.
Yeah,
This is not when you get a girl. This is in the process of trying to get females and to get a
yeah.
girl.
Some of you bow so low to your woman, you become her slave. Now, if you're into that, like really, if that's your type of relationship, look, listen, simps don't usually pull any girls. Okay, so if you've already got one, then go ahead, love her the way you want to. I mean, after all, you got her, right? If
Right?
that's what you look, just like with men, what you did to get us, you got to do to keep us. So if you simped to get her and that worked for you, keep
Right?
simping, get married, and live happily ever after. But
Mm-hmm.
this is really for guys that don't want to simp the rest of their lives.
Right.
That's what this is all about. You can read it if you want to, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Saw something slick. Is it
Mm-hmm.
possible to turn a female best friend into a girlfriend? Yes, but it's hard. It is hard. How do I cut while gaining? Come on, man. That's not a simp question. Stop. Go keto. That's how you cut while gaining. Um,
If you have a best friend, trying to turn her into your girl, it can happen, but it also
Go ahead.
depends
Tell
on
them how to
how.
do that.
And no,
I gotta hear
it
this.
can happen. But what I was gonna say was it depends on how she sees you, because I have a guy best friend and a girl best friend, and I see both as my sister and my brother. So you have to first figure out if she sees you as a brother. Some best friends are like that. You're like family. So if she doesn't see you as a love interest, I wouldn't try to. I tread lightly on that because you can actually ruin the friendship.
Let me get it to you like this, bruh. If you first of all, if you've already picked up signals that she might be interested in you, then you basically need to go for it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
However, if she really does not see you that way, yes, approaching, shooting your shot could totally make it awkward and you could ruin the friendship. Now, if you don't mind ruining the friendship to take that chance, go ahead
Have
and do
at
it.
it.
Because I say it's worth it. If you really think that she's
Yeah.
worth it and you're willing to shoot your shot, hey, ask her out. And then if you get rejected and it makes things awkward, just disappear for a few weeks, pop back up. You'll be
Yeah.
friends again, maybe a couple of months. You'll be all right. You'll be friends again.
Yeah.
But I ended up, as you guys know, a lot of you that watch me a lot, you know that I ended up making out with one of my friends. She was a close friend, and but the thing is, we were interested in each other when we first met, but we ended up becoming friends because of how things kind of panned out between me and another girl that she knew, and then years later, like 4, 5, 6 years later, whatever it was, we kept seeing each other at the club and dancing, and it just kept getting more and more raw. And I saw her at this party one time, and I was like, she, I, she went off to do something at the party that I had no idea she was going to do. And I was just like, whatever, I'm out of here. So when she knew, when she realized I was gone, she asked me to come back. When I came back, it was just on. Yeah, it was just on. And I was just like, okay. I've told you that story before, but I don't think you remember.
No.
I'm going to be confident on having a conversation with a girl and see where it goes. Thanks, Tyler. Okay. That's what you got to do. You got to do. Any more questions from any of you simps that don't want to be simps anymore?
How do you recognize if a woman is capable of a healthy relationship?
Oh, that's a long question, man. That's a long answer. It's a lot of things, man. You got to look at who she is as a chick.
Yeah, who she is, what she brings to the table. Is she, what her long-term goals are? Is she trying to take this somewhere? Is it, if this is
Yes.
just a fling to her? If she's just looking to have fun, like
I'm
that will
talking about
tell you a
simp
lot.
questions. Simps, speak up. Yes. I'm talking about simp questions.
Where do you draw the line between being nice and a simp?
Um, I draw the line at being um, her like disposable. Um, you're like an endless. Yes man. You know what I mean? You're like a yes man. You do everything that she wants, even if you disagree or have a problem with it, you don't like it, you do everything.
Mm.
You know, she knows she gets a lot from me, but there are things where I'm just like, no. And like I'm quick with it. No, I'm not going.
Mm.
I'm not doing it. I don't feel like it's not my style. Oh, please, you know I'm not going to do it, right? Okay, stop asking. All right, cool. Come on, baby.
And it's
Go
not a lot that I ask him.
I'm like, okay. How
That
all
is
you want?
not.
You know I am. It's cool. Come on, let's go. And I'm not afraid of her withholding anything from me because a woman has their needs too, and they have to be met by me. I'm not afraid of her withholding it from me.
No.
You
And
know.
and we're at a point where that's
I'm
a
like, yeah,
habit.
right, man. She step out on you. Well, then she's stepping out on me. And when I find out, I'm gonna film it and put it on YouTube. And I'm gonna be stepping out on her until I finally find out. Okay. So once I know she's stepping out on me, I'm gonna have my own
Which
little
is
flame
not
going.
gonna
Then,
happen.
okay.
Which is not gonna happen.
How to ask someone out without getting rejected? You just got to do it.
You just gotta do it and understand that
Rejection is something that comes with the job.
exactly. You may get a couple of no's before you get a yes.
Yeah. You have to get used to rejection. Once you get
Yeah.
used to failure, a lot of those guys out there is like shit. The worst you can say is no. Then you gotta get to that point. You do. You just have to.
Because if
guys.
you're not even used to getting girls, the fact that you even can hold a conversation with somebody and get a no, that's further than where you where you were before.
Yeah, a lot of people say that relationships are like sales. You talk to the person, you convince them to buy you, aka go out with you, go out willing to date. So there's going to be plenty of customers that tell you no, but the successful salesman is the one that gets the sale most of the time. A successful man that's dating is the one that gets the date most of the time.
Don't go into it automatically assuming that you're going to get a no.
Get shy and emotional, get over it. Little by little, baby steps. Like I said, a girl at the job, a girl at church, a girl at the park, a girl at the gym, female friends. You got a lot of female friends. Like, are you a real, like a lot of dudes that just kind of they got a lot of female friends, but no female, partner. Put it nicely. Ask them to practice with you. Ask your. Oh, by the way, one of the best things, guys, is for you that don't have a girlfriend, never pulled a girl. Ask your female friends why you don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, they'll tell you.
Ask them and say, be brutally honest. What do I need to do to get a girl?
They'll tell you.
And if they're good people, ask your good female friends, not the ones that seem like twerking, like, you know what I mean? Like, not them.
Yeah.
Pick the good women that you know. Okay? I don't even care if it's your mom. Ask your mom, Mom, what am I doing wrong? And I want you to be brutally honest if you can, Mom.
Yeah.
Can you? Huh? If you would you go out with me if I was, you know what I mean, just separated? I'm not your son no more. If you were a teenage girl, would you? Really? Okay. You know what I mean? Like so hold on. Where are the twerking? The tweaking females? Learn how to spell twerk before you make the joke, buddy. If you ask your female friends to be brutally honest with you, it will work. Okay, most of them will just be, you know, uh, what was and I don't want to say consistent, like because a lot of girls will be like, I don't want to be mean to you. You just gotta keep asking. Like, listen, I need this, okay? Because you are gonna, if you don't help me, you're gonna be the reason why.
You mean persistent?
Persistent. Yes, be persistent with it. Yes, continue to ask her. Like, what is it? What could I do better?
Right.
Is it my hair? What is it? Is it my clothes? What is it? Help me, please.
And don't be afraid of the answer. Be prepared for whatever it is that they tell you, because those are the things that you're going to need to fix in order to better yourself.
Yeah, honestly, can you be my personal stylist? I'll pay you, please. $100 a week, just help me.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna pay a total stranger to go on a date with you, you could pay your friends to help you, build yourself up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I learned mine not through books. I learned mine through life experiences.
Yeah, I feel like you learn a lot of things through life experiences.
Everything was through osmosis. I just figured it out.
Yeah, whether it's that's how you have to go about it. Figuring it out, get rejected, hear a couple of no's. Somebody's gonna say yes, but you continue to better yourself as you go along. Because like he said, it's baby steps. And even if it's a small step, it's still progress to becoming a better you. Yeah. So you're only upgrading yourself from where you were a couple of steps ago. Yeah.
Being a good dancer helps too. A lot of guys start taking dancing. They start taking dancing classes. And when you go to dancing classes,
that doesn't
who loves to dance more than men? Women. So women are all in dance classes. Mm-hmm. So what if you strike out asking every single one of them out? At least you become a great dancer. And sooner or later, you're going to have a conversation on the dance floor with a woman that gets you. Right. And it'll work. You'll get your first date. Trust me, women love a great dancer. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, I learned the horizontal lambada. That's what I learned. Okay, I got my PhD in the forbidden dance horizontally. And that seemed to help me a lot.
Gotta cut it out.
A woman told you that you are too friendly. Sometimes people can be. Yeah. Hi, how are you? My name's John. Yes, it's great Sunday, isn't it? Sun shining, clouds. You like Pokemon? I like Pokemon. Some of you don't know where the line is.
That'll definitely keep you in the friend zone.
So sometimes you should ask, hey, listen, is there something about me that's a little bit too, too friendly? Like, and you gotta ask people that know you. Yeah. Because that will help you. That will help you. So I wish some of my friends that had issues would ask me, because I would tell them. Because it's hard to talk. It's hard to tell somebody and help somebody that hasn't asked you for help. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's hard. Then they take offense to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anime will keep you single. Anime, no, because there's plenty of nerdy anime girls and hot nerdy anime girls out there and cosplayers that love it. Okay, I remember the first time I went to Comic Con, I was snatching my head all around. I was like, I can't believe all these nerdy ass girls look like this. You know what I'm saying? So, but to the wrong chick, yeah, it will. You know what I mean? Like she's messing with a geek guy right now. That wasn't her when she was younger. But if you can mix your
Yeah.
geek with a certain amount of swag and style, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a delicate balance and combination of the man you want to be with the man you want to present to women and all that. But it's it's trust me, you can be that anime geek and pull plenty of women, especially if you know where to look.
That's
All right.
true.
I mean, what about all these anime forums where there's tons of women and men that are all interested in it?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a hard time making friends, whatever you're into,
Yeah.
there's groups for this shit. Like some of y'all make this stuff so hard on yourselves. You know what I mean? You do. Like what anime? Okay. Comic books. Okay. What other nerdy stuff is there? Comic books, stamp collecting. And I mean,
Video games.
video gaming. Look at this. Okay. What's his name? Phase Censor pulled one of the baddest female celebrity chicks out there, and he is a fucking gamer, right? But what did he do? He took care of himself. He was well groomed. He worked out. He was a top gamer, making money. I don't know if he was making millions, but I know he was definitely in the six figures. And you guys will be like, oh, he's so lucky. The motherfucker worked at it.
Right.
Whether he worked hard or he worked a little bit. He has to get his hair cut. He has to work out. He has to eat right. He has to play the video games to get good. Put it on YouTube to start making the money. He had to speak to this chick. He had to fly over there, get the opportunity to meet her. He did all this stuff himself.
And that goes hand in hand with what I was saying. When you see a guy like that, learn from him. Don't sit there and say, oh my God, he's too much and feel intimidated, because he too was. I think a lot of guys are in the same position, and they started somewhere. Like, you have to take that step to better yourself. Do your homework.
Yeah. Hey, this is what I say.
Study these guys.
They say if there's a person that has what you want, learn that. Learn from them. Emulate them. You know what I mean? So if there's a guy you know that gets a lot of chicks, start to figure him out.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
Surround yourself with people who you can learn from. I
borrowed little pieces from men that I've met over time that I've kind of applied to myself. Not much. I'm majorly me, but after a certain point. But there were certain guys I emulated, and and it worked for me.
All right.
It worked very well for me.
And you got to ask yourself, what do you have to lose by doing that? Nothing.
I don't watch any basketball, y'all. Let's see. I need some simp questions. Simp questions. What if you got the good looks and you're too shy? I've answered that question twice.
Get out of it.
How many times? There's nothing to it but to do it. Like Nike says.
Just do it.
Would a simp send nudes? Yeah, because he's a dumbass. You don't just send a chick some nudes. The girl, so first of all, she doesn't even ask for them from me. Okay? Most women don't ask for them.
No.
They don't. They don't want the D pic. They don't. Look, if I sent one to her, she would love it, but it's not something she asks for or needs.
No.
You know what I mean? She'd be like, "Oh my God, when you coming home? What you trying to say?" Like, I already know she would call me like,
why would you send something to somebody that they're not going to utilize?
yeah, like,
don't do it
unless asked for. Thank you very much, brother Chris. Don't send nudes to anyone that did not ask.
Right. Okay? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You wouldn't
want nudes if it was a chick? Okay, well, that's you. But, all right. Let me tell you something. If I get nudes from a chick, I'm not gonna be mad. However, depending on when I get them, it will in the relationship. If you had sent me a nude like like the first time I chatted with you on Instagram,
Oh no.
I'd be like,
That'll tell me everything I need to know about you.
who
This
else
ain't
has she sent a nude to? It.
exactly.
I remember this one
And
chick.
women think the same about men. If you're sending me a nude the first day that we're talking later on that night and you want to send me a picture of your no, because what are you doing? Sending a whole bunch to see who responds? I won't be one of
And
them.
then with me, it's like as a guy, it's like well, who else is she doing this with all the time? Like every
Right.
time she meets a guy, she like I've met chicks online. I met through a certain amount of time. I met a lot of women on Instagram, and there would be chicks that would be talking to me for a good maybe half hour, 45 minutes, or maybe even less, and just be like, "You are so sexy," and or they just one just blurted out, "I'm horny." She sent me a picture. I eventually saw her in person at some point.
What?
It was her.
Nope.
Oh, it was her. I've had chicks, hey, I just think you're so hot, this and that. Please, hey, send me a message sometimes, and it's a picture of her ass or something. And to me, listen, if you want a man, a long-term man, a man that's not looking at you like something to hit off and just leave, ladies, you do not do that. So, guys, you do not lead with the D pic.
No.
Okay?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Scar low. Scar low. Thank you, Tyree. Tyree. That reminds me of the Dave Chappelle skit. You had sex with Katie. I didn't have sex with Katie. No, Tyree, you had sex with me too. Correction. I had sex with Katie. Dave Chappelle was like, hey, Chad, man, I had sex with Katie too. He was like, Katie had some big ass titty.
Oh god.
Yeah, all of y'all into Lady Dimitrescu. All y'all into that. A lot of y'all, a lot of y'all is into that. Oh, smother me. Oh, into that stuff. So y'all already like being dominated. This video ain't for y'all. This is for dudes that don't want to be simps. Chillin' Jeff. Somebody said something slick. What are you looking for? Oh. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is say yes. You can answer me yes.
Okay.
It's a question. Just answer me. Okay. He's forever a simp. See, it's okay if you enjoy being a simp. This is only for guys that don't want to be a simp.
Right.
I don't really like being subservient to a woman. It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know if it's along the lines of like humiliation and degradation. Like some people like to be slapped and spit on and stuff like that. Like, okay, that's your thing. On? Yeah, that's your thing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, people say that all the time. Perfectly fine being simple. Yeah, until you're not perfectly fine being simple. Then you realize you wake up, you're 60 and alone. Do simps make the dating game hard? Not for me, because I only attract submissive women that like a strong man. I really I do. I seem to only attract submissive women, not these bullheaded women that want to be the dominant person of the relationship and run you and tell you what to do. I just yeah. I tend to attract these women that want to cook for you, and make the bed, or rub your feet, or kiss you and cuddle, and hold hands and go to the movies and frolic through the flowers and pet puppies together and lay by the fire and toast marshmallows and Talk about their love. You don't want to be a simp. That's good, sir. That is good. Like you guys have seen these arguments, girls like hood chicks are like, "You ain't nothing but a punk. Hey, you a punk. You a sissy. You a punk. You this and that. You ain't no man." Like a lot of those dudes are the simps that they got fed up with because they begged and pleaded to get with them and paid, and then it's just the woman got tired of the weakness. I know you seen that up in Connecticut. Connecticut in the house. Who from Connecticut up in here? Had us two meet. We met through her sister and my best friend and well, one of my best friends at their baby shower.
Years
In
ago.
New Haven, baby.
Okay.
New Haven. What they call it? What they call New Haven? Something.
I'm from Norwalk. Bridgeport girls belong to the streets.
Bridgeport girls belong to the streets.
Some of them do.
Bridgeport the house. What they call it?
I don't remember.
Something
West of Hartford. Okay.
What is it? Something Haven, New Haven. What is it?
I forgot.
Come on, man. Don't get mad at me over there.
I forgot.
Shoot. You got that stankness. I'm looking at it.
I said I forgot.
No.
I'm trying to see who else from Connecticut.
What do they call it? Something Haven, New Haven. What do they call it? Only simps are monogamous.
Farmington.
Wrong. But, you know.
I was just looking at that.
I'm just like, God,
what?
Man, spamming and shit. Blood sport.
South Orange, New Haven. Okay.
What? Come on, y'all. Come on, Connecticut people. Tell me the New Haven rhyme that they say about New Haven.
Pistol waving New Haven.
Pistol waving New Haven. I knew it something.
Everybody want to tell us where they from.
For everybody that thinks Scarlett was pregnant, just pay attention to the date that video was released.
Yeah.
That's all. Go view the video. Look at the date it was uploaded. That's all I gotta say.
I think we pretty much covered that, didn't we?
Pretty much. You're 60 and happy. That's great. I don't even know what that means because we're talking about simping right now. Because everyone wants to be included. Then anybody even close to Connecticut is going to say where they from. Right. But then everybody that's from New York is going to start talking about, well, what part of New York they from. And then the closer you get to New Jersey, then everybody's going to start saying, everybody just starts saying where they from. Philly's chiming in, everybody, Pittsburgh, everybody, I mean, everybody wants to belong.
All the way down to Florida.
All the way down to Florida. Reach Florida in 2 minutes. Come waving New Haven. Simps and incels can be one and the same. But the difference is that an incel is involuntarily celibate, while the simp, there are simps that do get sex from women because they're begging.
Yeah, they just can't.
Yeah, or they're paying for it. You know, like literally paying for it. You know what I mean? You know, they like a lot of simps go to strip clubs. They do. A lot of simps get stripper girlfriends because the girl sees, oh, he's such a nice guy. There are a lot of strippers already damaged anyway. Oh, he's a nice guy. He treats me right. He's paying everything.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it might work out.
Never know.
You know, there are a lot of simps that can get women, but the problem is, now I'm doing this is for guys that don't want to be simps. If it's working and you like it, I can't argue with you really about it. Bridgeport, Connecticut, and gas stations without pumps.
That is true. That is true.
Did you say that before? I remember somebody
yes,
making
I told you that. And I
but
said,
somebody made
true.
a comment, and y'all two was just laughing.
Yeah, because
like
it's true.
It was like the cat. No, and then in the Family Guy, Try Not to Laugh, you almost broke. Because the dude was like, it was like the capital of stray dogs and like broken windows and all this other stuff or something like that.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
All right, y'all, we're going to get going. Thank you very much for all being part of this. I know we went in all different types of directions, but I'm going to start Magnus Answers up again. Send any questions you got about relationships, life, or whatever to tyronemagnusfanmail@gmail.com, and I'll try to answer your questions as promptly as possible.
This was fun, you guys. Hopefully we've helped a couple of you guys.
Yeah, I should have a Tyrone Magnus Answers playlist out there too somewhere. It's like I should have one out there. Like I've answered hundreds of questions over the years. So
yeah, just keep working on yourself. Carry your dignity. Just know that you're gonna come across some no's, but it's all part of the process. You got to start somewhere.
Yep. Failure is part of success.
Yes, it is.
The faster you fail and learn from it, the better and more successful you'll become.
That's it.
People be like, man, I wish I had known then, man. Damn. It's when you fail fast and you fail quickly is when you learn the best. Like, damn, that didn't work on that girl. That's all right. Listen, there's billions of women on this planet. You can only have so many. You eventually, one you think was a goddess, you find one that's even more of a goddess or just as much of a goddess that's right for you. Trust me on that. Don't worry about it. 10 million subscribers. Make sure you go follow Scarlo on Scarlo's Beauty and Gaming.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, y'all should probably ask her questions too. That might be good for you, babe, to start a little questions playlist. You don't have to, of course. You do what you want to on your channel, but you never know. It might work out for you. Okay. 2 million subscribers. Woo!